Hello everybody, welcome back for another video. Hope you're all doing well and that you're all having a great day. As always, a free way to support the channel is by leaving a like, by subscribing, or by telling me what you're having for breakfast. I love reading some of the things that people say they're having for breakfast. I'm like, as long as you get full, that's all that matters. And as always, watch out for the robots in the comment section pretending to be me. And without further ado, let's jump right into it. At the moment, the cryptocurrency market is in green. We had a little red scare about 22 something hours ago where the entire market dipped. I mean, like really red. There were certain coins that were down by like 13, 14, 15%. The news that we got was, and the only news that we happened to get was, whatchamajaggers, that the stock market was falling. And therefore, subsequently, the cryptocurrency market also had to fall as well. I think Bitcoin was very close to $50,000. There were a whole bunch of articles, nonsensical articles, that were talking about Bitcoin is going to try and revisit $40,000. And I'm like, where are you getting this information from? Is it that you see the price going down and therefore you assume it has to continue going down forever? However, Bitcoin by the end of the day was, I believe, 55,000. I think we are at 57,000 something or other. And there are a lot of articles talking about that Bitcoin looks like it is trying to start a rally above $60,000. That allegedly being the golden ratio, the golden fruit, the golden. It's where we have to get over for the Bitcoin price rally to kind of continue. At the same exact time, something that I love that keeps happening over and over and over, as Bitcoin keeps tripping over pebbles, the rest of the cryptocurrency market continues to go up. Ethereum is doing exceedingly well. For those of you not looking at the screen, it says Ethereum reaches $500 billion market cap. That is with a B for the first time in history. Ethereum spiked nearly 10% in the last 24 hours and reached a new all-time high of $4,350 US. I think it actually went up to 4,450 or I don't know, somewhere very close to 4,500. Everyone was completely losing their minds. Remember the number that we had before? I think it was that Ethereum had to pass by $2,000 and that would start like a really strong movement upwards. The numbers that is now floating around for Ethereum is $5,000. A lot of articles saying that if we can push past $5,000, we will see not only will Ethereum's price begin to really move upward fastly. I think fastly is a word, probably not. But the beginning of the next leg of alt season will definitely begin, which we are definitely in right now, because you've seen the altcoin prices reacting positively even when Bitcoin tends to be going down. It says Ethereum is now bigger than Visa, Samsung, and JP Morgan Chase with a new all-time high of $4,300. This is to be expected. We are at some point, more than likely this year, if everything continues, we are going to see a $1 trillion market cap Ethereum, which is absolutely insane, but it is completely warranted, especially with all the stuff in development that's actually going on with the project right now. What is this one right here? Yeah, there we go. It says Ethereum price imminent rise to 5,000 could trigger the altcoin season. We are very close. And I'm sure you can feel it in the air as well. We are very close to the like hyper euphoric season. I think we're at the point right now where kind of everyone is, really thinking about getting into the market. But I'm telling you, you'll know the difference between today. Like when you look at the market and you see everything's in green, you'll get like a really nice feeling. You'll know that we're in euphoria phase when you think about selling your house. Don't do that. Live inside of something to actually put it into the cryptocurrency market. Anyway, that's all the real price news, if you will, kind of floating around. A lot of focused on Bitcoin moving up to 60,000 because I think everyone's just waiting for it. It's like, why are you not doing it? But at least the altcoins are also moving up as well. The entire market's in green, I think, except for the stable coins, because there's stable coins. So sometimes. Anyway, that's all the price news, and let's move on. In mega gigantimous, oh my gosh, they finally did it news. NFT marketplaces, meet traditional e-commerce companies, massive damage. Who starts an article like that? Jordan Sweetnam, the SVP and GM for eBay North America, said in a statement that, and I quote, "In the coming months, eBay will add new capabilities that will bring blockchain-driven collectibles to our platform. With initial entry into the space, eBay anticipates adding an NFT inventory. The inventory will be available to sellers that meet the company's initial criteria, which is yet to be released. I hope it's not something stupid so that no one's actually not using their platform. Accordingly, there is broad speculation that an NFT authentication protocol may be implemented. That's right, boys and girls. eBay has announced that they are going to be adding NFTs to their platform. They are tired of waiting on the sidelines, as many other companies are doing. I'm not sure why companies tend to do that. They tend to wait for someone else to make tons of money, and then they go, oh, we should have done the exact same thing. But now eBay is going to try and do it because they have a very established marketplace. I am going to assumption. We had news before that allegedly sometime this year, this was like about a month or two ago, that eBay was going to add cryptocurrency payments to their platform. It's, of course, speculation, yada, yada. I'm going to assume this NFT thing is not going to work out too well for them if they are not accepting cryptocurrencies, as it would make it a lot easier. I'm going to assume that the criteria is also going to have to do with some other type of AML KYC thing that the cryptocurrency exchanges already have to go through, i.e., if you want to buy an NFT on our platform, you have to sign up, you have to show us your ID and all those other crazy things that the other exchanges want. As there has been, I have shown you the articles before, the SEC and the other letter companies are a little worried that people may be using NFTs to evade something that is usually paid at the beginning of the year. And as such, they're trying to clamp down on it by making sure that many of these platforms have, ID control, which is also really dumb because the vast majority of them don't. And I think that those are going to be the ones that actually end up flourishing. So then the point to be made is, bringing it on back, is that it would be kind of weird if they had an NFT platform that was running on top of a blockchain, unless eBay decides to make their own blockchain and make eBay coin, which is probably a terrible idea. That they would also then be adding payment options in cryptocurrencies as well for these NFTs. Speculation, but it seems like we are just about there. The competition within the NFT marketplace has been heating up. Traditional NFT-focused marketplaces like OpenSea, Nifty Gateway, and Rarible have been generally seen as industry leaders. However, Binance recently announced that their intent to open an NFT marketplace. Now eBay joins the mix as well. Yep, this is cool. I think it's going to work out for them as long as it's done properly. I wish it didn't take companies so long to have to announce all these things. That we know that they're going to do it. It's the same exact way like 2 years ago. I was like, we know that every single bank is going to have a cryptocurrency trading desk and that they're all going to offer their people, I don't know, crypto accounts and stuff like that. So anyway, mega news right now floating around. eBay is joining the NFT craze. And yeah, that's basically that. Let's move on. Is this it? What's this one? Nope. So remember, oh gosh, it was like 4 or 5 weeks ago. We were looking at the prices. For those of you who do stay at the end to the end of the video, we typically look at prices together. And one of the things that kept on sticking out to me was that even on days when Bitcoin was going down by like 4% and Ethereum was up by 1%, EOS kept on going up by like 15%. And I was like, that's kind of weird. There's been no EOS news. Oh, all right, whatever. Hope you all have a great day. Then the next day it was like, well, EOS is up again. And I was like, what in the world is going on? Fast forward 2 weeks later, I was like, something has to be happening behind the scenes because nothing really makes sense as to why EOS, I think it was like $2. And then it went up to like 10 with no real news around it. So I assumed that something behind the scenes was taking place and people were buying up EOS because of some big announcement. Surprise! Not even joking, there was a major announcement. EOS's Block 1 is launching a new crypto exchange called Bullish, which looks to merge the stability of centralized exchanges with the nimble nature of decentralized exchanges, all while backed by now they raised $10 billion for this crypto exchange. That's 10 billion with a B. Whenever we normally hear that there's some type of any type of thing that's getting funding or funding round, they raise 14 million, 11 million, 114 million, maybe 38 million if they're like hyper lucky. So them raising $10 billion tells me that this is probably going to be absolutely gigantic. Think of what it would take for anyone. Anyway, 10 billion is a lot of money. Some of the most well-known names in macro finance are attached to the funding round. Peter Thiel's Capital Funders Round, Alan Howard, Louis Bacon, Richard Lee, Christian Angermeyer, Galaxy Digital, and Bank Nomura. The investors will also serve as advisors to the exchange when it launches later this year. They said the bullish exchange will leverage blockchain technology and a new market architecture to revolutionize the high-performance trading landscape by transparent automating expense third-party functions and turning them into yield-generating portfolio management tools to offer institutions and individuals better and safer access to the latest cryptocurrency investment strategies. Now, here's the really good part. This is why the price of EOS was going up. Block One says the exchange will offer automated market making, lending, which is going to be huge. Lending right now is already a massive industry, but lending on blockchains and decentralized lending, massive. Portfolio management tools previously only available before on DeFi platforms, while utilizing the EOS public blockchain. Yes, finally, we got there. They are going to be using the actual EOS blockchain. That's why the price has been going up, and this is why I assume people were buying weeks ago, because they know that, for those of you who don't know, EOS was one of the very first blockchains that kind of came up with the idea. I know they weren't the only one, but they kind of came up with the idea of, if you want to do something, you need EOS. If you want to build a website, you have to buy EOS, find EOS in some sort of way, and stake it into the network, and you stake your claim on this piece of digital land, if you will, and say, this is where I'm able to build my website. If you want to do it with a smart contract, basically anything on the network, you need to stake your EOS. This is why this is absolutely genius, because as this continues to go on and other platforms continue to be built on top of EOS, more EOS is going to actually be locked up as well. And I think, this is an assumption, I think this is not only going to be absolutely huge, because you have to understand that these people simply aren't throwing their money at it going, well, I hope it works out. They've probably been in talks for a year and some change with other huge investors saying, hey, this is exactly how we're going to do this. This is exactly how we're going to market this. Make sure that when this happens or comes out as rolling out, that your company also says that you're also on board. You're also going to be trading on this platform. And this is how things begin to pick up. But also, the same exact time, you're going to have companies and normal people buying up EOS in anticipation of a price rise, and also companies, institutions, and corporations also buying up EOS to be able to have enough EOS to be able to lock into the actual blockchain to be able to build what they want to build on top of it. Because if you buy it beforehand, you buy it at a lower price, and therefore you can make whatever you want to build on top of EOS a lot cheaper. But if you wait for a $200 EOS, well, then, you have to buy it at a higher price. The $10 billion is split between investors and Block One, the latter of which is capitalizing. The exchange is going to be funded with $9.7 billion worth of Bitcoin. That is 164,000 Bitcoin. $216 million worth of EOS. That is 20 million EOS, and $100 million in cash. This makes a whole bunch of sense as to why the price has been rising. I do think this is, I really think this is it. A lot of you weren't here 2017. You probably weren't. EOS was a major project that was being built. I think 2018 was like the final actual release and stuff like that. And we were getting a lot of indications that people were talking about price predictions for this coin. I think we're actually going to hit a lot of them because I can only assume that a lot of EOS has been scooped up at the $2 price range. Anyway, that's the EOS news. I am quite surprised that they managed to keep this secret for so long, but I guess we should have seen the last 5 weeks as the price was actually going up. Just within the last 20 hours, EOS is up by 46% as Block One invests $10 billion in an exchange. Fascinating. Yeah. And without further ado, let's move on. Next up in super popular news, holy goodness, Palantir Technologies is open for business when it comes to Bitcoin. This was said by their CFO, Dave Glazer, On a Tuesday's earning call, the publicly traded software company has begun accepting Bitcoin as a form of payment. He said, additionally, investing in Bitcoin as a treasury reserve asset is definitely on the table. Palantir would hardly be the first company. We got that one and that one. Money. Glazer, who was answering an earnings call question, did not elaborate on the timeline for parking reserve assets in Bitcoin other than to say that Palantir is thinking about it internally, but he noted Palantir has $151 million in adjusted free cash flow that could go towards Bitcoin and other investments. So the news is that Palantir is now accepting Bitcoin payments. This was incredibly popular all over the place. It says that they are mulling an investment or thinking about an investment. It's fairly obvious that fairly obvious that they're probably going to do it. It's just a matter of time before we get news as to when they're going to do it, because I'm pretty sure that they're also looking at the market, probably trying to figure out if there's going to be a dip so that they can buy then. Because once again, nobody really wants to buy at a super high price. You want to be able to show off to other people and say, I got in early. Anyway, here's the CNBC article discussing their earnings call and also them accepting Bitcoin. So, yeah. And let's move on. Next up, alternative asset manager MH Carnegie & Co. announced the launch of its first cryptocurrency fund in partnership with leading blockchain expert Sergey Sergeyenko. Why does the name sound familiar? In a bid to offer Australian investors greater access to opportunities in the digital asset space, the MHC Digital Asset Fund is aimed at wholesale investors in Australia looking to gain active exposure in cryptocurrency, blockchain, and DeFi opportunities as part of their portfolio diversification strategy in an ultra-low rate and return environment. The fund will not only invest in larger, more liquid assets such as Bitcoin and Ether, but also early-stage investments into blockchain businesses, non-fungible tokens, and second generation of digital assets, DeFi optimization that are extremely difficult to decipher for those who have not had significant experience in this sector. So this is another cryptocurrency fund that is going to be launching. It appears to be Australia-focused, if you will. It says cryptocurrency fund launches to combat volatility in Bitcoin. Sure, do whatever you need to do. Have fun, go for it. These funds are popping up every single day. I don't think I have it in this video, probably not. The discussion of a Bitcoin ETF in the States, a lot of people are getting quite excited because we are getting close to when the SEC would be giving their final announcement. I think it's sometime in June. No, they're not going to do it. I think the SEC is going to hold out as long as humanly possible. They're going to be completely left in the dust. And then they'll finally announce that they're going to do it, thinking that they're special in some sort of way. But yeah, the point to be made is there's another cryptocurrency fund. They're going to be buying up more Bitcoin, more DeFi, more so and more NFTs and other things that are going to make them money. And yeah, so good for them. Good job. Amazing. Let's move on. Next up, I actually laughed when I saw this one because, it says Hungary is going to cut tax rates on crypto earnings by 50%. Good job. Starting next year in a bid to boost crypto adoption and use in the country. The announcement was made by the Minister of Finance. And then someone wrote on Twitter, Hungary to cut tax on cryptocurrency earnings by 50% from 2020. Because they wrote the whole thing in caps as opposed to writing it in normal human letters. At present, any gains made via crypto trading are categorized under other gains. Sure, why not? On the other hand, crypto to crypto transactions are non-taxable, as well they should be because it's a crypto to crypto. On the other, any other profit made from selling or exchanging virtual currency is considered a taxable event. Any corporate involvement in cryptocurrencies, they have a 9% tax with a 2% local business tax. Crypto mining in the country is taxed under payroll tax law because it is considered money obtained through the use of software. And miners face 15% in personal income tax and an additional 22% health contribution tax. Why would I do business in your country? Why would I ever think of living there? Why would that even make sense? So anyway, I saw this and laughed because if you've seen my other channel, I've had some experiences in that country when it comes to real estate, and this news completely makes sense, if you will. So the news is they're allegedly going to be cutting their tax rate by 50%, trying to get more people to go there. No, it's not going to happen. Because once again, have you seen the other places that have anywhere from 0 to 5% of a tax rate for crypto? They're like sunny places, like they're on the beach. You can hear the ocean waves. There's pretty people walking around everywhere. Why would I even think of having a 15 or 22% tax? Why would I even think of that? Anyway, good job for them. Hope it works for them. Hope they... All right, that's that news. And let's move on. Next up, here's another one because this news is all over the place. The chief executive of crypto intelligence firm CryptoQuant believes that a wall of money will likely enter the crypto market as soon as a U.S. exchange-traded fund is approved. Which also annoys me because why would you wait for if you know that eventually an ETF is going to be approved, why wait for the approval so that you buy Bitcoin at a higher price instead of just buying it now, knowing that eventually there's going to be an ETF? In a tweet, Ki Young-ju told 156,000 people that he sees global fear of missing out happening once the U.S. greenlights a Bitcoin ETF. He said, imagine when the U.S. SEC approves Bitcoin ETFs. U.S. followers like Korea will approve Bitcoin ETFs. More global institutions will buy Bitcoin and more global financial services will launch Bitcoin funds. How much will the Bitcoin price be then? The bull market may be longer than we thought. Yeah, so we're getting very close to the other... one of the first proposals for a Bitcoin ETF is coming up very soon. It's not going to happen. I'm telling you this right now. And one of the most annoying parts is going to be usually around 3 days before we actually get the actual final answer, Bitcoin's price always moves up. This has happened every single time since around 2016, 2017. Every single time that someone puts in a proposal, a couple days before, the market's like, it's going to happen. We're going to get it. And the price ends up going up. The rejection happens and Bitcoin's price falls. And it's like, well, the price had to fall because we didn't get the ETF. And I'm like, we're not going to get an ETF at all. Stop worrying about us getting a Bitcoin ETF. For those of you who were not here during 2019, yeah, I know, time warp. The idea was that Bitcoin's price would not ever move unless we got a Bitcoin ETF. Remember all the technical analyzers and all the other analysts and the experts who were like, yeah, Bitcoin is going to be stuck around 5,000 until the US gives us an ETF. And then magically Bitcoin started going up and it hit 12,000 and then 20,000, 35,000. And we still don't have a Bitcoin ETF in the US, but alas, I'm not an expert, so I can't really say. Anyway, so yeah, I do expect massive fear of missing out, if you will, whenever this does get greenlit. But it's why are you waiting? Why not just buy into it now? If you see every other country around the world doing it, if you see mega companies and institutions and eBays and Teslas and blah blahs all buying up Bitcoin, why would you wait for the SEC to go thumbs up? Anyway, that's the ETF SEC news. Let's move on. And to finish things off, wow, this was more popular than I thought it was going to be. Thomason Bradyson, otherwise known as Tom Brady, that's not his real name, the American athlete who is widely regarded as the greatest quarterback in the history of the entire planet, has shown interest in Bitcoin. Brady, who has a massive Twitter following of 9 billion people, that was also a fake number, shocked his fans in the cryptocurrency community when he changed his Twitter profile picture to one of him wearing a hoodie with laser eyes, which is a Bitcoin trend which proponents have adopted as a manner of showing support for the asset as it heads to 100,000 US dollars. So the news is that Tom Brady, I think he's right here, Here's the Forbes article, and here's his picture with a hoodie and laser eyes. If you've never seen this, it's because you haven't been on Twitter. Every single person who's a Bitcoin lover has their profile picture as this. Like, I get it, it's cool, but it just kind of looks kind of weird. Like, it looks like they didn't get a lot of sleep, or they were snorting something at some point because their eyes are just a little bit too red. But yeah, so the news is that Tom Brady changed his profile picture to the thing that other Bitcoin lovers did. And everyone's like, is he into Bitcoin? I'm going to assume that Mr. Thomas Brady probably would not have known about this or changed his eyes to lasers and wearing a hoodie if he wasn't in some way into Bitcoin. So we can logically assume what's up. Remember before we were like, hey, I'm pretty sure all the rich people are already into Bitcoin. People were like, no, you're crazy, Joe Rogan. Nobody knows what you're talking about. And then we finally figured out that all the rich people are definitely into Bitcoin. So I'm just going to assume that Tom Brady probably also owns Bitcoin. Anyway, that's the Tom Brady Super Bowl. I'm totally not scrolling up on my phone news. And let's move on. As always, a very special thank you to my Patreon supporters. Professor Wally from Gunbot University, Red Plump Tomato, Umnu, Wish Nikki, the letter M, Stefan Dirks, Not Brain, Captain Something in the Z Way, Lay, Crypto, Black Sheep, AJ Cut 5, Speedy 655, and Carlos was like, Mobarazi, Jojo Shawshow, VB Nerd 21, Miguel Grollet, Lauren De Silva, Quoted Biddy, Bare Bones Mining, Troy Allgood, Space Case, Sneed, A Miracle, Pat Turn Noster, Conan Don't Skip Leg Day, Snacky Chan, Tolik Banana, Auspicious Agile and Blockchain, Navarro Williams, David James, Attila the Han, Yasha Harari, Utopia 569, Moonman High, XRP, Martin, Storio, Nostromo, John Sarston, The Animal Reader, A Bibliophobia, Todd Mullis, Adam Graysick, Moha Maroni, Massive Ventures in Thailand, Jared Schneider, Wise Night Owl, 242 to the World, Bankroll Network, Crypto Artist, Cole D3D, Damien Setsuna, Richie Richard III, Vlad the Impaler, Paxis, Nick Mangiela Vodi, Jim Gardner, Jimmy Fox, Minting Coins, Miller Hitch Test, Everyday, and Kyle Skips Leg Day. Yes to Crypto. Bodie Make Buttface, Anytime Fitness, Moss Corner Staff, Bake Me a Cake, Tigger Macha Nisa, On Crypto with Lionel, Crayola Michelle, URL, and Bolero Bastos. Thank you all very, very much for your support. Thank you to all the new Patreon members. Thank you to all the new subscribers. Yeah, there's a lot of new subscribers. Thank you to everyone who left a comment, a like, who's still listening to me ranting at the end of this video. And yeah, at the momento, Bitcoin is currently at 56,922 US dollars. Just go above 60K. It's not like we're going to be mad at you if you do it. Just go and do it because, it's time. Ethereum is up by almost 10%. It is at $4,310. $5,000 is nigh. We will see this very, very soon. Cardano is up by 7.48%. XRP is up by 3.7%. Polkadot is up by 8%. Litecoin is up by 7%. Uniswap is up by 15%. Lumens is up by 8%. EOS is up by 47% because logically, like usually, we tend to get news like this that something from a company is going to be happening, but there's never usually any mention of them actually using their own blockchain. So the fact that they're actually going to be using the EOS blockchain is incredibly significant. Solana is up by 13.9%. Theta is up by 4%. Tron is up by 9%. Neo is up by 6.6%. Aave is up by 19%. Tezos is up by 15%. FTT is up by 5%. Oh boy, stay away. Maker is up by 15%. Matic is up by 27%. Avalanche is up by 11%. Rune is up by 11%. Anything else? Dash is up by 11%. Yeah, okay, a lot of stuff. Kusama is up by 16%, and Zcash is up by 21.64%. Not really sure why, but the market's marketing. I do hope you all enjoyed. I do hope that you all are having a great day, a great morning, a great afternoon, a great evening, wherever you are, wherever you might be. I do hope that it is absolutely fantastic. Thank you all once again for watching and or listening, and I will most certainly be talking to you all soon. See you.